All right, so now we got to get the camera installed and on the MōVI Pro and balanced. That's the next step. So the way I like to do it is grip this thing right kind of at the balance point, like the lens mount. Get a nice firm grip on it, and you can just guide it right into the camera rail. After having made sure that it's fully loosened, slide it in. This is kind of the most treacherous part of installing the camera on the MōVI because it's not locked down. Things trying to flop around on you. So I keep two hands on the camera and roughly get it balanced fore and aft. And then I'm just gonna, it's not perfect, but it's close. So I'm just gonna lock it down just so I know the camera's safe. Now we need to install this pop and lock, which we are gonna use to mount the wireless video transmitter. So this guy goes right over these two 15mm rods, and then quick releases right here. So he's set up. And then I'll slide that transmitter right in there and lock him into place with that catch. So we've got our transmitter installed. We got the camera roughly installed. I'm gonna slide down the top rail now. So open up the toggle clamp, turn that 90 degrees, and that allows this little steel piece there to slide down into the camera rail and latch in. So we'll slide this top rail down. Once it's fully flush, I'll lock the side clamps. Then we can rotate that to enable it to lock in and then clamp it. So the camera's installed now. It's not balanced. We need to hook up all the cables and then do a final balance on it. So a quick run through. We've got focus cable. We've got same cable for iris. We've got a Paralinks cable for the wireless video transmitter. We've got Epic DC input to DTAP power to power the Epic. We've got a red RCP cable to give us access to all those RCP parameters. And then we've got this short little SDI cable. So let's start installing these. So the first things I usually do are get the focus motor cables out of the way. And there's markings on the gaskets of the TSU. That's what we call the tilt stage unit. That tells you focus, iris, and zoom with the markings F, I, and Z as a little shortcut. So we got focus and iris wired up. Let's do a red RCP and the power input. So on the back of the system, there are two DTAP ports. One that's called 12 to 14 volt cam and 12 volt aux. So the cam port has a 6 amp output. The other port is a 2 amp output. So we need to power any Hydra accessories or cameras from the cam output. And now I'm wiring in the wireless video power. So that powers the wireless video. We've got that cable coiled up underneath. Let's throw the red RCP in there. So the important part on the red RCP is that goes to the control port on whatever red camera you're using. And then that goes to the cam port on the left side of the TSU. It's an 8-pin Molex. It's an easy way. There's only one 8-pin Molex on there. So SDI just runs from the back of the Epic to the wireless video. So there's two batteries. It's important both of them are installed for balancing. So I'll typically, before shooting, I'll check the state of charge on each of them, press a little button, it tells you how full they are. Those guys are both good to go. So we've got potentially a fully functional setup here. We still need to balance it, but we've got focus wired up, we've got iris wired up, we've got red RCP, we've got power for the camera, we've got power for the wireless video. We've got the wireless video actually wired into the camera. We've got this is something I always screw up is make sure the mag is in the camera. That throws off the balance substantially. So make sure that guy's in there before you start to balance. So now you can see we're still quite a bit out of balance. So we need to come in and do a fine tune.